Mel, thank you so much for sitting down and taking the time with me. I'm really excited to get your notes on Star Wars Episode 9, the musical, The Power of Friendship. Did you have a chance to read the script?
I did.
Awesome. Do you have any notes?
Yeah, I do have a few notes. So first, on page 4 here, you say, Leia has a gun that shoots lightsabers, and I'm completely lost on how that would work.
So it's like a lightsaber, but better in every way.
Okay. Okay, so here on page 27, you say, Luke is running through the hallway with 2 lightsabers spinning in the air, just destroying 100 Sith protocol droids like Daredevil and John Wick and Neo times 1,000.
Yes. And you love that, or?
I just think there might be some tonal issues with the whole scene.
I want to note mostly on the music, Mel.
I'm going to be really honest. I don't think audiences are going to react to the group dance number Do the Chewie the way that you think they might.
Is there anything you liked about the script?
Not really. The part here where Kylo Ren wins the big pod race was pretty cool.
Let's start off with our goals for this build. First, we need some hope with the ability to coordinate troops and make everyone around us the best they can be. Next, we need to be a sharp shot. The enemy might set their blasters to stun, but that doesn't mean you have to. You just straight up kill people. Finally, we'll make sure that we can accurately assess our enemy's skills as well, even if we miss the connection to Vader right away. For stats, we'll be using the standard point array from the player's handbook. Roll for stats if you want. You are a princess after all. Charisma will be number 1. People think that the new hope is Luke, but guess who inspired his whiny butt to get off Tatooine? It was you. You did that. Dexterity next. You don't actually have that much in common with Han, but a hair trigger is a nice icebreaker. Intelligence after that. Strategy generally comes from studying, and you have the best education Alderaan had to offer. Follow that up with wisdom. Seeing through the lies of the Empire requires insight, and seeing in general requires perception. Constitution is a bit low. You hold your own against the torture bots. We just need other things more. And we'll dump strength. I'm sure there's some extended lore where she bench presses an at, but we're just going to focus on the movies. All 8 of them. Leia is a human, and fighting tyranny when you're just a human is pretty inspiring. So grab the Inspiring Leader feat, letting you give up to 6 creatures temporary HP, equal to your total level plus your charisma modifier after a rousing 10-minute speech. Rebels good, Empire bad, blow up Death Star, Emperor sad. Maybe rehearse it a bit. Bump your intelligence and your charisma with your 2 free points. Take intimidation for your skill of choice and the noble background for persuasion and history skills, even if Bale didn't totally feel like telling you about your dad being the worst TA. We'll kick things off as a rogue because they get a ton of skills like sleight of hand, deception, insight, and stealth because you're good at those things. You can be even better at 2 of those things thanks to expertise. Doubling your proficiency bonus with those skills, persuasion, and sleight of hand would be nice to kick things off. Sneak attack lets you add a d6 to the damage of a ranged or finesse weapon attack when you have advantage on the roll or an ally within 5 feet of the target. Don't think of it as a cheap shot, think of it as good strategy. Second level rogues get cunning action, letting you dash, disengage, or hide as a bonus action. Sometimes the best course of action is a retreat. Hopefully the whole crew understands that. Wait, where is Poe going? Oh my god, no! Third level rogues can choose a roguish archetype. Masterminds get Master of Intrigue, giving you disguise kit proficiency to rescue your boyfriend, forgery proficiency to impersonate a royal. Well, I guess you don't need that, but the 2 languages are nice. You're also a Master of Tactics, letting you help as a bonus action with a range of 30 feet. Considering we made Han a full rogue, that would give him sneak attack every round. Y'all are a freaking power couple. Your sneak attack damage gets better this round too, hitting 2d6. Fourth level rogues get an ability score improvement or a feat. The Crossbow Expert feat lets you fire within 5 feet of you without disadvantage. You don't have to worry about the loading property with crossbows, so you can fire them twice in 1 round, and you can fire a shot with a hand crossbow as a bonus action after you take the attack action on your turn. This build doesn't get extra attack, but with this, it basically does. Steal your brother's laser, he doesn't know how to use it like you do, even if you don't know he's your brother yet. Fifth level rogues get Uncanny Dodge, letting you reduce damage from incoming sources as a reaction by half for some trademark rebel tenacity. Your sneak attack also bumps up to 3d6. 6th level rogues get expertise in 2 more skills of their choice. Let's go for stealth and insight. You've got to be able to creep into Empire bases, but also understand your team's strengths and weaknesses. 7th level rogues get evasion, letting you take half damage on failed dexterity saves and no damage on successful ones. Honestly, your enemies just have a habit of attacking all the wrong places. Sorry, all the wrong places. You'll be safe from the explosions though. and you'll have 4d6 sneak attack damage to get revenge. 8th level rogues get another ability score improvement, bump your dexterity up to get it on par with your charisma. You're a great leader, but you're also one hell of a soldier. 9th level masterminds are insightful manipulators, letting you study a creature to figure out their intelligence, wisdom, charisma, and class levels with 2 pieces of information for each minute of study. You know if they're better, worse, or equal to you, which I like. You have to accurately measure yourself before you can understand the enemy you're fighting. Think of it like fighting a ghost version of your nemesis in a cave, then seeing your own face when they take their mask off. But you don't get that. You get a vision of the future saying that you're going to have babies and you have to stop being a Jedi. I said I wasn't going to talk about episode 9, but boy howdy, that film haunts me. Your sneak attack bumps up to 5d6, so that helps. 10th level rogues get an ability score improvement. More dexterity will help us get the most out of a surprise feat later. Think of it as some Death Star plans that will help us deal a serious blow to the Empire. 11th level rogues get reliable talent, meaning that the lowest you can roll with a skill you're proficient with is a 10, and that's before modifiers, meaning that the skills with expertise are going to be off the charts. Consistency is important from leadership. Can you imagine if you were in a war and then people kept changing the plans? Like, hey, you're a gunner. No, you're an engineer. No, you're a Palpatine. Sorry, I said I wasn't going to talk about it. 66 sneak attack. 12th level rogues get another ability score improvement. We'll get to charisma, but if you're playing this game at home, dexterity is going to be more regularly useful than that in combat, so I'll recommend that. Maybe you're in a more RP heavy game then, go for charisma. 13th level masterminds get misdirection, meaning that if someone attacks you while another creature is granting you cover, you can use your reaction to have the attack hit the cover creature instead. In universe, Stormtrooper aim is famously good, but in reality, where we watch the movies, yeah, I could see you creating some friendly fire. Your sneak attack also goes up to 7d6. 14th level rogues get blind sense, meaning that you know the location of invisible creatures hidden within 10 feet of you. Is that force sensitivity I see? Or I guess don't see? If you want to use a lightsaber, use a rapier. I bet Leia has a fencing style. Not that I get to know that, I never saw her use a lightsaber. 15th level rogues get slippery mind, giving you proficiency with wisdom saving throws, which I think should help with the interrogations the Empire is giving you. If your dad wants to know what you're thinking, maybe he should have thought twice about blowing your planet up. Sneak attack is now 8d6, which is full-on fireball levels of damage. 16th level rogues get another ability score improvement. Let's get the charisma up for better inspiring leader speeches and persuasion checks. You have this effect on people where they're willing to die for you as soon as you speak to them. It's almost as though you were charming them with a mind trick, but nope! 17th level mastermind rogues have a soul of deceit, or as I like to call it, the ultimate anti-narc technique. This means that nobody can read your thoughts unless you let them, and you can even give them fake thoughts with the deception check against their insight. It also makes any lie detector sense that you're telling the truth. Again, you deal with Empire interrogators and you don't give them jack, except maybe 9d6 sneak attack damage. That stormtrooper went down hard when you shot them. 18th level rogues are elusive, meaning that while you're not incapacitated, no roll will get advantage on you. At this point, you've been at war your whole life. Nothing is going to surprise you. 19th level rogues get an ability score improvement or a feat, and I'll be honest, between reliable talent and expertise, your persuasion doesn't need any more improvement. Go for the sharpshooter feat to add 10 to the damage of a ranged attack after taking a -5 penalty to the attack roll. You can ignore all but full cover and fire at max range without disadvantage, meaning 30 damage per round before you've even rolled any dice. If you want to roll dice though, you do have 10d6 sneak attack damage, so that should scratch that itch. Our capstone is the 20th level of Rogue for a stroke of luck, letting you hit an attack you should have missed, or turn a failed ability check into a 20 plus the modifier once per short rest. Guaranteed hits are good, guaranteed skill checks are also good. Obviously don't waste it, but use it before you lose it, you know? Now that we've hit level 20, let's figure out how viable this build is. First, masterminds are rogues that all the other rogues love to work for. Helping as a bonus action makes them guarantee sneak attack, or just help everybody else land an impossible shot. The shots are also dealing great damage with 10d6 sneak attack when you have advantage, and plus 15 damage modifier on 2 attacks per round even if you don't. Finally, reliable talent pairing with your plethora of skills helps you get plenty done before a fight starts with superior strategy and negotiation. For weaknesses, you need to negotiate because you probably have just over 100 HP, which means that you're not totally ready for frontline duty. You've also got no magical damage, so that could be an issue if your dad was some sort of invincible conqueror. Finally, we didn't get to cap the charisma and didn't get expertise in deception, which is the power building way to get the most out of Soul of Deceit. But honestly, you're so good at planning, you're just not going to get captured all that often. Blast the troopers, rally your rebels, and blow up your dad's office. Just remember to plan for escape. You don't want to be in the trenches when the Death Star goes supernova. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe for more. We're making a new video every day this month. Special thanks to Mel Stone for guesting in the intro. Follow her on Twitter at Mel Stone Music and find her on Spotify at Mel Stone.